Hello. So I'm wondering, do you need a reboot? If you're anything like me, you sometimes have trouble focusing, right? You have a task in front of you, and maybe you've been working on it for a little while, and you just start to lose your train of thought. You can't stay focused, either because you're thinking about the 10 other things on your to-do list you have to get done before your head hits the pillow tonight, or maybe you just had a really stressful discussion with somebody and you can't get that off your mind. Or maybe it's just a really pretty day out and you really wish you could be outside instead of sitting at your desk working. Well, whatever the case, what do you do about it? How do you get your focus back? So, you know how when your computer is acting funky sometimes, what do? You reboot, right? So it takes just a few minutes and magically everything resets and life is good again. Well, did you know that you can do the same thing with your brain? And in the time it takes for you to reboot your computer, you can learn how to sharpen your focus with my 5-minute attention fixes. I've got 3 great techniques to share with you for ways that you can regain your focus and get back to business. So the first of those is called the power of breath. I know, right? You breathe every day, every minute of every day, right? So what's the big deal? Well, this particular technique uses your parasympathetic nervous system. Now, when you're stressed, have you ever noticed how your breath becomes quick and shallow and your muscles tense? Well, if you use this 30-second breathing exercise to trigger your parasympathetic nervous system, also known as your relaxation response, you can calm your breathing, relax, and focus again on what it is you need to focus on. And the great thing about this is that it can be done anywhere, at your desk, at home, in your car, at the park, wherever. So basically, it's super, super simple. All you do is inhale and exhale. But what you do specifically is you want to take a deep breath in to a count of 4. And you want to hold that breath briefly at the top. And then you want to exhale slowly and also to a count of 4. And then do this just 4 more times. Now, lung capacities vary on different people, so a count of 4 might not be your ideal number. You may even be able to go up to 5 or 6. But figure out what works for you and just practice it until it feels like second nature. So that's number 1. Number 2, we'll call picture the positive. So what you do in this exercise is basically just think of a place and a time when you felt completely at peace. Where were you in that moment and on that day? Were you maybe on vacation somewhere? Were you at the beach? Were you sitting by a lake? What were you doing? Maybe you were reading a book. Maybe you were lying in a hammock, just enjoying the time. Were you maybe taking a walk through a park and taking in the sights and sounds of nature? Whatever that particular occasion is, just bring the memories of how you felt, what you were doing, how things looked. And what you want to do is really soak it in. By picturing that peaceful moment, you not only refocus your attention, but you refocus it towards the positive. And this, my friends, has lasting and energizing effects. And again, you can do this easy exercise anytime you need a lift. Now, my third and final tip for helping you refocus is what we will call play a mental game. So when you get hit by negative thoughts, you get stressed and you lose focus, right? Now, this technique will help distract you from those thoughts until you finish the job at hand. So you can use one of 3 games in this activity whenever you're distracted by stressful thoughts. So game number 1 is called Play Celebrity Alphabet. All you have to do in this game is think of a celebrity whose first name begins with A, say Amy Poehler. Then continue through the alphabet. So B could be Brad Pitt. C could be, oh, I don't know, Chris Rock maybe. D, David Bowie, and so on. You get the picture, right? So this exercise, as silly as it seems, will absorb enough of your mind space that you won't have room for the negative thoughts that were previously derailing you just a few moments ago. Give it a try. See what you think. And then the final game, game number 3, is a simple counting backwards. What you do is you start at 100 and you count backwards by sevens. So you start with 100, 93, 86, 79, etc. Now again, your mind space is being used up enough by focusing on figuring out the next number in your sequence that by the time you've done this for just a few moments, you will have forgotten your distracting negative thoughts and be ready to get back to work. So a great job. You've learned some creative ways to recalibrate your focus in positive, energizing ways. And you can use these activities as quick attention fixes when stress hits or your mind wanders. So give any one, or heck, all of these a try. And I'd love to know what you think. Take care.